One of the things that I look for from Accenture as the managing director here in Houston is a place where we can make a difference. And if I look at child advocates and I look at how our people are involved in child advocates, they're not only making an impact on the lives of the children, I believe they're also making a significant impact to our community. And that's really what I think drives a lot of enthusiasm from our people and from our organization and frankly from myself as we support child advocates.
One of the things that really hit home with me was when I had my first child, who's almost 9 years old, and I can remember how I would oftentimes fret, about whether or not I'd be able to get home, in time to, help my wife feed her, tuck her into bed, at night. The children that we serve, quite often, they may not have, a friendly face at all to do things that I think I often, took for granted. The impact that Child Advocates has, the role that it plays, and the very, special place that it has, in the lives of a number of children and their families, and making sure that they do, have an opportunity to, sleep in a safe place at night.
About 2 years ago, we attended the Pool for Kids Classic, and my husband Jim, after attending the event and seeing a video on Child Advocates that night, knew that Child Advocates would be the perfect organization for him to dedicate his volunteer time. After attending the Pool for Kids Classic, Jim immediately began and completed his training to be a court-appointed advocate. His most recent case has been with a young baby. Through his work as an advocate, he was able to clear the way for the organization to help her be adopted by her foster family. The family loved working with Jim and he loved working with them. And I know he was so proud to be able to be part of that baby's life and help her get placed with a family that would love and treasure her always. And I'm just so proud of the way that he is changing the course of the lives of these children.
I began with Child Advocates back in 1998. My wife actually signed me up to do the holiday party. I was mixing icing in the cookie decorating booth. Right after the holiday party, I had to go to the airport to go to an assignment for Accenture, and I wound up at the airport covered in icing and food coloring. The folks on the plane looked at me like I was crazy, but quite frankly, I was hooked. I think as one of the things that really strikes home for me with Child Advocates is that they allow you to give as much as you have to give. They give you every opportunity. It's an organization, quite frankly, I've had the joy of working with over all these years. I've watched the organization grow, and probably as much as that organization's grown, it's given me the opportunity to grow as a person as well.
Over the 5 years that I've been a board member, I know that we've grown in, I think, an impressive fashion. I'm thinking in terms of 1,200 children served and when I first got started or thereabouts. And today I know our target's around 1950, 1925, somewhere in that range. So that's very, very good growth, but you can see that we're only serving 33% of the kids that need help in this community. And for me, it just says that it's awesome that we're doing that. And when you're a member of the board, you're brought in to see a case take place and see the advocate in action. And you can see the impact that the advocates have on the life of the child. And when you kind of realize that there are 4,000 kids that need that kind of help that aren't getting helped, then for me it's all about, even though we have grown great, to great, we've done great things and we've grown very, very well over the past 5 years, it's all about what more we need to get to do and the number of additional children we can reach out to and have a meaningful impact on their lives. Hopefully in some cases, giving them, from anywhere from just giving them a sense of they can accomplish what they want to be to, on the other end of the spectrum, just keeping a child alive. Every day there's an article in the paper, and I wasn't so aware of this until I became involved with Child Advocates, but every day I see an article in the paper where it's a heartbreaking story about a child that has been abused or, in worst case, killed. And And I think our mission is all about trying to give those children an opportunity to have a life that we've been fortunate enough to have.
Currently, about half the children in CPS custody do not have an advocate fighting for them. So if you're supporting child advocates, you're enhancing that capability. You're trying to ensure that all of the children in CPS custody get appointed an advocate so that there's enough attention and effort applied towards identifying all the options for these children. My favorite case to date thus far involved a 5-year-old boy whose assumed father had killed his 3-year-old sister and had been abusive towards himself and his 2-year-old sister. You always hear the phrase break the cycle, and that's what we're all trying to do.
Hello, Mr. Johnny. My name is Miller. Thank you for coming to see me. I miss you. Bye.